guys, it's LM9 and today I'll be doing a collection update. I haven't done one of these in like 7 months, so I figured now was a good time to do one since I'm right in the middle of doing some Clone Wars figures and I didn't really have anything else to show you guys, and it's been a little while since my last video, so I figured this would be a fun little one to do for you guys. So we're going to start this off by looking at some projects that I'm working on now. Like I said, I'm working on some Clone Wars projects. And in my last video I did mention which figures I'd be making, so right here I've got Pre-Vizsla in the works, and he's turning out really nice so far. After him I've got to do Savage Opress, and then I was going to do Bo-Katan and Gar Saxon. I do have Maul already done back there, and he turned out really good. So if you guys saw that little teaser I posted a few days ago, it looked really cool, and I'm really happy with how that turned out. So hopefully you guys think the same. But yeah, that's all that I've really been working on too much. I've just been kind of trying to focus on those, but just some other stuff I've got laying out. I've got these new arms from Eclipse Graphics on the Death Troopers and on the newer Scout Trooper over there. And I got some brick arm stuff in, so those printed arms look really nice on those guys. And I believe these arms are from Firestar Toys on those Patrol Troopers. And then another thing I'm going to be working on at some point is this guy right here. This is Master Chief from Halo Infinite. My buddy Dylan, or the Moose Figs, sculpted this, and then he had it casted, so I got one of the casts on that. And this guy is a big boy, and the sculpt is just insane on that, and I can't wait to work on that. But as you can see, it just kind of looks like utter blackness just standing right there. But that is all I have to show you guys that's on my desk. You know, it's just a mess like usual. But moving up onto the Black Series. Now, I do have quite a few additions with my Black Series collection here, so start over here. So here I've got the Walmart exclusive Jedi Luke that I thought would be a really cool figure, but actually kind of isn't. The face on that guy is not the greatest, but you know, I'm happy to have a Return of the Jedi era Luke in my collection. I can't remember if I had that Yavin Ceremony Luke in the back there in my last video, but I definitely didn't have this 40th anniversary Bespin Luke. That's a nice figure there. I also got some figures from the Mandalorian. I've got that Heavy Mando, Mando himself, little baby Yoda down here. This looks really small compared to everybody else. And then I also have IG-11 and Cara Dune standing there behind him. And then I did get some new sequel era figures. I got these ones from SH Figuarts. Actually, I've got the Kylo from Rise of Skywalker, Luke from The Last Jedi, and then Han from Force Awakens back there. And those guys all look great together. I didn't think Hasbro really made any good iterations of these guys. They're kind of, you know, out of date or just aren't the greatest. I wanted a good figure of all of them, so I got those. And then the Black Series of Rey I think is fine, so went with that. In the back there, I can't remember if I had that yet or not, but that's the Commander Obi-Wan, or the Clone General Obi-Wan from the 2003 Clone Wars Walgreens exclusive figure that they made, so that's really nice to have that. I also got Count Dooku from the Black Series, actually a few days ago. I'm expecting that new wave with the Attack of the Clones figures coming in hopefully soon. But that guy looks awesome. It's so nice to finally have a Dooku with my prequel era characters right here. So he looks really nice. I did get the Figuarts Yoda from Revenge of the Sith, I think is the movie they had this from. But other than that, I think I also got Cal. I can't remember if I had him last time, and the second sister kind of sitting back there. Kind of hard to see, but you know, kind of didn't really care about them too much. I played the game and really love Fallen Order, so I'd like to make some figures from that at some point. But you know, for now I kind of like staying with the prequel stuff because they have some of the better looking figures. And then this will probably do for the sequel eras. And then got the OT over there. But then we also have just some excess of other figures right here, just kind of bounty hunters, other movies and stuff. One of the newer additions here is Commander Bly. I got him recently as well. This guy looks really nice. So absolutely love having another clone in the collection. So can't wait to get some more. I know they're coming out with that Camino security clone sometime soon. But it's nice to finally have Bly in there. And then I think the only other new figure in here is Wedge. I think that's it. Yeah, I got Wedge a little while ago, and other than that, all these guys are ones that I have previously showed before. So there's a look at all of them. Going on to this shelf right here, still have the Game of Thrones display. Now I am doing something like this for the Clone Wars. I'll have one like this, and I'll show you guys a little preview of that right there. So not too far along in that. I'm about halfway done, I think. So I'm making something cool for that, which I'll have built hopefully soon. I've got my classic Boba and Jango hanging out up here. Figured to put them on display. And then I also do have a lot of custom builds that I haven't showed you guys yet. I know I showed you the ARC 170 and the Delta 7 and the AAT, but I stopped after that because not a lot of people really watch those videos. But I did make this Trade Federation Vulture Droid and then a Separatist version of it right here. And those are designed by Inthert, or however you say it. So those are really cool. And then I've got more stuff up there. I've got the UCS Slave one, AT-AT, and some other builds, which I'll show you guys a better look here in a second, but I want to show you guys these while I'm over here. These little custom speeder bikes, which are designed by Thomas Jenkins over on Instagram, if I can get a hold of one of these. These are really cool looking speeder bikes, so it's really nice to have those. I got Luke and a Scout Trooper on those, but they're hanging out up there. And I also do have the Falcon and an X-Wing over there, but here's a little better top view of the Azure Angel and that Naboo Starfighter, which I've never showed the Naboo Starfighter before. But yeah, so there's a look at those. So we'll move over to this end of my room over here where I've got all of my Hot Toys on display. I apologize for the glare that's coming from my window. Don't really want to close that because I'll lose some lighting in here. But the only really new addition in the cabinets itself is the Darth Maul from Hot Toys. So that's a really, really nice looking figure. I need to get a new pose for him because he's been in this for a little while, so I want to get something a little more dynamic than this. Because I did think I was going to get the Dooku that they made and have him in here with them, but I ended up not. So I don't know if I'll regret that decision or not, but I need to get him something so he fills out the space a little better. But other than the figures down here, I did do some changes up on top of the cabinets. So over here, I've got this little record room build that I'm working on. So I've got like crates of records and turntable back there, and then I'll have album tiles on the walls. So I'm just waiting to get those from my buddy Chris, who's printing them for me. So that should be really cool, and I'll do a video on that once I get all those in. Grievous here, it looks like he's taking a dump, so I need to re-glue his joints. And then here I've got some music figures that I've been working on. This was in my last update video. I showed you guys a little bit of these guys, but I got custom Tyler, the Creator, got some Frank Ocean, Gambino, got David Bowie right there. We got the Pink Floyd guys from the cover of Wish You Were Here, which is up there. We got some other ones in the back there, like Freddie, Elton, another Bowie, and some Fleetwood Mac back there. And then, of course, we got the Beatles up front on this little Abbey Road build. So that is really cool. And then, of course, just the Saturn V in the background. So overall, still pleased with this side of my room. I'm trying to make the most of the tops of those displays. So yeah. So moving over to these shelves, I did do a lot of changing and some new additions over here. Starting off with the Lego Shuttle Adventure set. I got that from my buddy who had it and got out of Lego, and he was like, "Do you want this?" And I was like, "Hell yeah, give me that." So he gave me that for free, and I am so thankful for that because that's been one of my whales, my white whales, for a while. I'm really, really happy to have that in my collection now. And it looks great next to the International Space Station set, and then also the Lunar Lander. And then we also have the Central Perk set from Friends. Got the Yellow Submarine still hanging out up there. And then we have just some other figures, some Marvel Legends, some Transformers and everything up there, which look pretty nice. So moving on to this side, this stuff is pretty much the exact same. I do have some small additions over there, like that X-Wing and the Dual-On Mustafar build. Then over here, I've just got the figure case and this little Garfield pop, which I like having around because, it's Garfield. And then in the closet here, I do have some stuff still on display. It's mainly just old sets that I really don't have room for, some other action figures and stuff, and additional figures and everything in here. And then just bins of old 3 3/4 inch figures down there, which, would be cool to show, but there's so many of them I don't really want to go through those. But yeah, that'll pretty much do it for this collection update. I know it's been a couple months, but, figured now would be a good time to do it since I'm right in between doing some projects. So again, that's all I have to show you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for a new Clone Wars update, which I hopefully have out once I finish some more of those figures, and then I'll actually have part 2 of my custom Clone Wars figures out at some point, hopefully soon. But until then, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later.